Good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Yes, just kick off early. May as well kick it off early because there's lots to get through tonight. Yes, there is lots of Celtic news to get through tonight, and a bit of a shock also. Is a bit of a shock, but I did say that the deal was in the. Yeah, there was lots of chat about it, and it was in Celtic's hands. Celtic have decided. We'll talk about the big talking point first of all. Celtic have decided to release Alex Valle from his loan deal with Celtic. Alex Valle is now on his way to Italy with the endorsement. Now there was an article this afternoon that said that Alex Valle could be still going to Como. Barcelona had guaranteed him until the end of the season with no option to buy. And then Fabrizio Romano, a couple of hours ago now, said Alex Valle medical at Como will take place on Wednesday. Green light. Also from Barcelona. Barcelona have also told Como that they want him back at the end of the season. There was chat that there could be an option to buy, but there isn't. So we wish him the best. Brendan Rodgers has been talking about him, but there's an even bigger issue at Celtic. In the fact that Cameron Carter-Vickers did not make the flight. Now we all know that Cameron Carter-Vickers didn't train with the squad. I think there's only really one thing to do, and that's listen to the manager, because we can talk about it all we want, but ultimately we want to hear what the manager says, and then we're going to listen to the one and only, and we're going to listen to Paulo Bernardo. But first of all, let's listen to Brendan Rodgers.
Cameron Carter-Vickers is out for the game, so he'll be okay for the weekend, we're pretty sure. But just felt something in the last game, so no need to risk him. James is still out, but apart from that, we're okay.
Talk to us about the emotions and the excitement ahead of this one.
Yeah, it's a brilliant game. Listen, for us, for us, it's a great achievement to be in the top 24. I think if you look at the economics of it all and at this level, it's for the players. They've been fantastic. They've stayed with the idea. They've worked very, very hard, and what we set out to do, which was to firstly arrive in the playoffs. The players have done that, so it's great. But our job's not complete in this series of 8 games. We come here to a great venue against a fantastic team, but we want to come and play to the level that we know we can do. So we're really looking forward to it.
Have Brendan Rodgers and Celtic just accepted that they're going to get to the playoff position, and then that'll do them. They're fine with that for this season. It seems to me, by letting the players go that we've let go, it's put this game in jeopardy. Now, it's not what it's done. It's not put in jeopardy the fact that we are still going to qualify for the knockout stage. But could we go one step further in the knockout stage? Can we get to that last 16? And I think that Brendan Rodgers and the hierarchy at Celtic are in danger of putting the last 16 in a little bit of doubt, because we've got to get through this playoff. Win tomorrow and win handsomely, we could go into the top 8 if results go our way. But so be it.
A battle of Britain lying ahead. What sort of challenges are you expecting tomorrow night against the Emirates side?
Well, I think Unai's done a brilliant job here. I've never obviously spoken about that, but I think it's first pen testament to the job he's done since he's come in 2022. Like, his body of work over many years has been top class, but you can see that here that he feels wanted, he feels appreciated, and you see what he's doing with the players in the in the league and what they've done in the Champions League this season. So we know that we're playing against his team, which is a very, very good side, very strong in counter-attack, defend very, very well, got some brilliant players. So yeah, but it's a challenge that we're looking forward to.
Kyogo's now away from the club, obviously. How does that impact things from you from now going forward?
Well, clearly, again, has been a real iconic player for the club. Done absolutely brilliant in his time. So it's about getting a replacement.
When?
I think I made that clear. He's a player that has done a great job. He wanted to leave. We have to move on from that, and now we have to look to the next player to come in.
Confident you that will happen? Yeah,
well, there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Like I said, we've known for a number of months of what it was going to look like. Clearly, we wouldn't have wanted to have sold him, certainly now at this point. But he made it clear he wanted to move, and when that's the case, then we have to find the best solution for the club. Then, and the club will work very hard, and we'll look to get an able replacement.
My umbrance with this situation, under the previous manager, it was all about getting in the replacements before, getting a replacement in before we sold players. It was always something that was seen as the way forward for the club. So we always knew that if a player was, if they've known since the summer, if they've known since October that Kyogo wanted to leave and he made his desires more and more, why hadn't we moved faster to get our preferred target into the club? That's my only question that I would ask Brendan is why haven't the club moved faster to get the replacement in before Kyogo was allowed to leave, especially with this game. I mean, why right before this game? Why the weekend before this game? Why did it have to happen before? Why couldn't it have happened on Thursday, for instance? It's just a bit strange to me.
Brendan, with Maida out as well, he's been such a key player for you about Kyogo.
They're now talking about Dyson Maida being out in the press and asking Brendan questions about.
Yeah, I'm confident. Listen, of course, those, like you say, Dyson and Kyogo have been a big reference to how this team has played, with the speed and the attack that we've had and what we've demonstrated a lot through the season. So of course, missing those two, obviously players that make the difference. But we've got other players that can come in and it's an opportunity for them to come in and show that they can perform at this level. And that's what it's about as a Celtic player. You want to come and play in these great arenas against fantastic teams. And for us, the players will get the opportunity to do that. And between now and the end of the market, we hope that we can reinforce the squad and keep the squad improving.
At the end of the market, Brendan, he's just said that line again. Keep the squad improving. Right now, the squad is down quite a few players, and it's not improved the squad. Bringing in one player, bringing in Jota has not improved the squad when we've let players go out. And people will say, yeah, like they were squad players. He's just said it himself. We want to improve the squad.
This powerful heat.
Oh, bugger off with your adverts. Anyway, Brendan Rodgers talking to the media just a few hours ago and getting asked questions.
Is on his way out of the club? Is he away? Or?
Yes, yeah, no, Alex won't play again, sadly. He's in Barcelona now at the moment, and he will probably then move on to another team. So again, another young player that's contributed really well for us. Played nearly 20 appearances for us. Played in some very important games.
Won his first competitive medal, won his first winners medal with Celtic. That will go down in his career.
His Champions League debut, and especially in away at Atalanta, he was fantastic. played in really important games. So we're disappointed that he's left, but we have to move on.
I'm actually disappointed. I'm actually saddened that he left, because I thought, you know, the fact that Barcelona did not want to sell Alex Valle, I think Desmond has more to do with some of this. I don't think so. The fact that young Alex Valle is a player that Barcelona do not want to sell. Now, when it came out this afternoon, the article that I read, that even though he's coming away from, it's Celtic that are terminating the contract. It's not Barcelona. So let's just get that right. It's Celtic that have terminated the loan deal with Alex Valle. So will Kieran Tierney, who Brendan Rodgers spoke about, will he be here? Because as it stands just now, all we have in the left back area is Greg Taylor, who could be out away by Monday. Could be away by Monday. We don't know. Either that, or Celtic could come out and say Greg Taylor's just signed a new contract. Greg Taylor will not sign a new contract, says Paul. Or it could be the fact that Celtic have got someone else coming in, and I really hope that we get someone coming in quick.
Does that potentially speed up the moves for Kieran Tierney if that was to happen in January maybe?
He's now talking about Kieran Tierney.
Ideally it would, but he's still, at this moment, still an Arsenal player. So I think we're agreed that will definitely take place in the summer. If we can do it beforehand, then great.
Interesting.
Yuri Tielemans is a player you knew pretty well. You're looking forward to coming up against him again?
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant for me. Yuri was a young player that
Brendan Rodgers talking about our Aston Villa player, but talking about the Kieran Tierney situation, he isn't overly worried about that Kieran Tierney's not going to come in until, he said, if it happens now, it's a bonus, but we know that it's happening in the summer. So are Celtic willing to let Greg Taylor walk away from Celtic for nothing at the end of the summer? And that's one question that will need to be asked on Friday, I think.
And then we were lucky to share a really special moment in winning the FA Cup for Leicester for the first time, when he scored a brilliant goal. So he's so pleased to see him here now and seeing his influence, because obviously when he first came in, there's other good players, and he's obviously trying to work his way into a new club. But when I see him now play, he's very much a leader on the pitch for Aston Villa, just how he plays the game, how he organises the players around him, and a really, really good guy who's a top professional.
Brendan, tomorrow night's going to be new for everyone with this new format. How do you approach the game? Is it the kind of game, given that you've already qualified, that you go all out for 3 points at any cost to try and climb the table and perhaps give yourself a more favourable draw, or will it be a more measured away performance like we've seen from you this season, because a point could go a long way as well?
Yeah, and listen, it's like what we've done in a lot of our games. We set out to win the game. There'll be moments when we have to adapt in the game, of course, to their qualities and how we defend. But certainly then when we have the ball, we want to be able to play well, and we want to, because the better we are in attack, then the less you have to defend in the game. So for us, it's always about the balance in our game. We set out to want to go and win the game, and we'll look to attack the game. And as I said, our job is done in terms of getting to into the 24, but it's certainly not complete. No, and this is the last of the group stage games, and we come here. It's a beautiful pitch, it's a great arena, so we want to come and play to the best level that we can.
Do you think you'll be looking elsewhere tomorrow night? Is it the kind of thing
No.
to see, not just focus on the game and then see what you've got full time?
Well, to be honest, it will very, very, very difficult to do anything other than concentrate on the game. I won't have a telly in my pocket or anything. So I think if you're at home watching and all the games and scores, I think it'll be great view, and all the teams playing at the same time, and all the various permutations. But us as football managers and coaches will be focused on the game.
Brendan, just to go back to what you're saying about Tierney, I think that's the first time you actually said that he will be coming back. I mean, that's a huge thing for Celtic, for the fans yourself. Can you talk to us a little bit about that, about getting that over the line for the summer, and do you think there is a chance it can happen this month?
I don't know. I think that, like I said, we prepared that for the summer. And I don't want to speak too much on it, with the greatest respect, because he's not a Celtic player here now with us. But if we were able to do it, of course, we would like to do that. But that's out of our control at this moment in time.
Brendan, we sometimes get the feeling that Scottish football is kind of looked down on a wee bit or questioned in England. Is a game like tomorrow night a chance to prove the quality that your own team has and the game in general in the SPFL?
No, listen, I think that the Premier League is the most competitive league in the world. It's where lots of top players are, lots of top managers are. But it's not the only league in the world. I think that there was options for me to stay in the Premier League. My choice was to go to Scotland, to Celtic, and I'm so happy that I did. You have, okay, the competition might not be the same as what it is in the Premier League, but there's not many teams in the Premier League that rival the pressure that comes with managing a Celtic or Rangers for that matter. But there's always an opportunity, whether you're playing in England or playing in Italy or France, wherever you're playing. There's always the opportunity for you to show your qualities as a team and as a club. Craig.
Brendan, you've just spoken about Yuri Tielemans, obviously, but there's John McGinn as well at Aston Villa, somebody you know very well. Would you make?
And they then got themselves out of the Championship, and he's really thrived in the environment here, and so I see he's just back fit, so he may play a part in the game tomorrow. But he's been a real instrumental player from what I see on the pitch, and obviously off the pitch he's got strong character, and I'm sure he's really influenced the club. Yeah, the PSG challenge was difficult, and then obviously we faced it when he was at Arsenal, and obviously when he was here at Aston Villa. So now listen, his teams are super organised. Again, I can't praise him enough, because this is a top class manager. Like I say, had the courage and the bravery then to come back to England, and really, really top operators in the game, get through the lines very quickly. So it must have been a lot for him to resign from his post. Again, a young guy who's gone into Motherwell and done a very, very good job.
With a bid for a Norwegian winger, Sondre Onyeseter. I think I've said that right.
It's better than I would say, but I'm not aware of that.
Brendan Rodgers saying that he's not aware of a bid going in for the winger that it was said on Sky today.
That at all, Craig. So so I don't know.
Brendan, it's interesting to hear you say about Unai being mocked and for his past achievements. I mean, do you think that's been sort of underplayed over the fact that he's actually come back and signed as the doubters for once?
Come here and you're having to then mix in the European football with the domestic football, but you just keep developing and growing, and the work that he's done to do that has been absolutely first class. So.
Anyway, that's Brendan Rodgers talking about lots of things. Brendan saying that he's unaware if Celtic have or have not put in an offer for another winger. And it leaves us with the massive. There's no point in even trying to talk about what we think the team that Brendan Rodgers will put out tomorrow, because when you look at it, if Brendan Rodgers has got a massive decision to make, whoever plays, and I think we just need to trust in the manager. With all the players that are out, Cameron Carter-Vickers is out injured, Dyson Maeda is suspended, Kyogo Furiashi has been sold, and Alex Valle has been released from his loan deal with Celtic. With all those players gone, Alex Valle, who even the manager said played fantastic for us in the Champions League this year, he's played some important games and done fantastically well. Are you worried about the game tomorrow now? I mean, I don't know that they will have some players out and injured, but Are you worried? There's 260 votes in just now. 62% are saying yes, they're worried about the game, and 38% are saying no. I know that we have qualified for the knockout phase, the extra 2 games, but the fact is that we're this close and that close to have gotten a top 8. And I'm going to bang on about that, because drawing those 2 games that we did, one away and one at home, it would have really put us in the mix, and it was 2 games that I thought we should have won. But we are where we are. Rodgers won't be happy because he wants to show them down south that he is still a proper manager. Yes, he will that. It's going to be an interesting game, no matter what. And I can't wait to see who's going to play up front. I mean, and it's the bench more than anything. It is going to be interesting to see who he puts on the bench. Now, there was another Celtic player who took to media duties, and it was our very own Paulo Bernardo, not Nutini.
I think we are all excited to play this game. We face a top team in England, so we are really excited to play, and I think will be a great match to play and to watch.
Because you've already secured your place in the playoff, do you feel that the pressure's off a little bit? Is that a good thing, do you think?
No.
In Celtic, I think we are used to play with pressure all the games, because we have a lot of responsibility to win every game. So
Yes. Well said,
we are used to pressure, and I think this is just a normal game to us, not like different, because we will try to do our best and to get a great result here.
The manager's spoken about what a great achievement it is to have made the playoffs. If you were to go one step further and make it into the top 8, can you summarise how you would feel with that achievement, if that was possible?
Yeah, I think it will be great if we can achieve that, but I think right now we did very well at this stage, and we are really happy with our progress until here. But yeah, we have that opportunity, and we'll try to make that happen.
Up against a Premier League club away from home, how big a statement would it be for Celtic to come down here and win? And just how determined are the players to end this league phase in the best possible way?
It's always great to win every game. Like I said, we'll try to win the game, and we are at a big club in Scotland. We know the rivalry, but yeah, we will try our best to get a great result.
We saw Jota returning to the club, a man you know well.
Yes.
How delighted are you that he's back? And just how much can he lift the squad to the next level with his talent?
I think he's a great player. I'm really excited to play with him. I think he brings a lot to the group. He's a great player, a great person, and I'm really excited to play with him.
Remember when you signed, you said you were messaging Jota about Celtic. Was it the other way around now? Was he messaging you about returning possibly?
No, because I think he knew it before. I just said to him, if he needs something now, I can help. Before he told me that if I need something, I could count on him, and yeah.
The manager mentioned that Kieran Tierney will likely to be joining in the summer, maybe sooner. Added to Jota as well, from the players, is there a sense that the club and the squad is really upping the level and moving on to the next level, bringing in so many quality players? Do you feel that within the group at the moment?
Yeah, I think we have a great group, and if we can add this quality, it's great for us. It's always good to have better players in the squad, and if we have a competitive group, it's good for everyone. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Really happy. That is Paulo Bernardo. Paulo Bernardo talking to the media today. He's rather excited about the fact that he's got Jota at Celtic, and I can't wait to see Arne Engels. When you start to talk about our potential midfield and forward line now, let's get this game out tomorrow. When you look at Arne Engels, in the midfield, with Paulo Bernardo in the midfield, Kuhn on the wing. And we need to get a decent striker in, someone that's going to put away as much chances as we can. Because when you've got Jota on one wing and Kuhn on the other, Callum McGregor in midfield, Paulo in the midfield, and Arne Engels, Jesus, we're going to start ripping teams apart. This is going to be... Brendan Rodgers is building something pretty special at Celtic right now. Anyway, let's jump into the comment section and see what you are saying this evening. It's a bit quieter this evening. Does Valle leaving, Alex Valle leaving, that Greg Taylor is about to stay? Well, nobody asked the manager that. I think people will ask that question come the Friday news conference. I think we'll get a bit more clarification on the Friday what is happening. Taylor's going nowhere, says Willie Man. Defo. Well, Celtic need to come out and say it. Sean, I know, how could you love Jota? And it's double denim, Jesus. Talking about Jota. Positive vibes, make it positive vibes. Anyway, let's finish off that poll, which is over 306 of votes. Are you worried about the game tomorrow? No Cameron Carter-Vickers, no Dyson Maida, Cameron Carter-Vickers is injured and did not travel. It's a bit weird that toe thing flared up again and he didn't travel after having a week off, a week's rest. It is a bit weird, that one, but he doesn't play, and also Dyson Maida is suspended for the game. Alex Valle has been released by Celtic, and he's in Barcelona. He's on his way to Italy, where he will pass his medical tomorrow. And then Kyogo has been sold. So the question was, are you worried about the game now? And 61% are saying yes. And we're going to end the poll right there. Has Kyogo got a twin or a wee brother? No idea. Jota will have the choice of number 7 or number 11 if Palmer is going. And there's still no clarification on... I mean, people are saying that he's getting the number 23. But unless something happens with Marco Tilio, because Marco Tilio is still that ingrown toenail. Do Barcelona have to pay Celtic to recall Alex Valle? No. Barcelona did not recall him. Celtic ended it. You need to stop this. Barcelona did not recall Alex Valle. Celtic ended the loan contract. So Celtic must have something lined up because they ended the loan agreement so that Alex Valle could go to Seb Fabregas's team, Como, in Italy. Danny Cassie's gutted about CCV as well. Looks like Taylor with Scales is back up for the left. Well, the thing is Scales is going to have to play in defence tomorrow because Cameron Carter-Vickers is out. You're not going to bring in Norobski. Do you think that's a poll question I was going to do earlier? Paradise found. Is it time, when you see the amount of games that Cameron Carter-Vickers is went missing for Celtic, when you see the amount of games that Cameron Carter-Vickers has been injured and get Adam Montgomery promoted, is it time? And I don't want to talk about this tonight, but I think we're going to have to talk about it at some time, because is it time that we started looking for? Do you think that we need to start looking beyond Cameron Carter-Vickers? Is such a good player that he is, he's been injured nearly every single season during the Champions League campaign. Matthew Anderson, not for the B team. Is it time that we need to start looking forward until we get rid of Gustav Lagerbielke off the wage bill, who's out on loan, and until we get Norobski off the wage bill also? I mean, we're going to have to bring in at least another 2 defenders anyway. And I think that Brendan Rodgers, Baz, you should try to do a predicted 11 for a laugh. Angling Ayrshire, not a chance. I am not even going to try. Big Casper saved CCV last midweek in Europe, Baz, too. Yeah, no, I'm just starting to think that I mean, he's in the American team and stuff. And hopefully that it's nothing too serious. I mean, Brendan Rodgers says that he's going to be fit for the Motherwell game this weekend. We need a long-term replacement for Cameron Carter-Vickers. These sudden, unexpected injuries have become a pattern now. I think, really, ideally, you would want to bring one of the younger players through the system. Someone competing with CCV properly would be beneficial. You need to find out what on earth is going on with his big toe. If it is that toe injury again. I've never known one man to get. Everybody's going to go back to looking at his feet. I'm just going to see if there's any more Celtic news. Not as if there's not been enough Celtic news come out tonight. And anyway, the fact that Kieran Tierney will join Celtic in the summer, are you happy about that? Let's do a little poll with that because there's 570 people on. Let's see how you feel about Kieran Tierney coming back this summer and maybe before. He's always injured for the Champions League, talking about the big man, yeah. KT can't play centre-back. Cut the big T off. I heard Barca over Celtic compensation deal. Not solid, but everything that's been going on, of course, no, it's Paradise found that that's not the case. I think it was just a case of Celtic. Barcelona could not offer Alex Valle out to Como until Celtic told them that they were cutting the deal short. And that's all they were waiting on. Delighted about KT. Arsenal have 4 left backs at the moment. Do they really need them all? Cameron Carter-Vickers needs to get off the red wine. Jeez, I think so. CCV stood on Lego. Paul, yes, would rather have him now though. Would rather have him now. Talking about KT. I want KT. I'd rather have Tierney now. We need Tierney now. The only let back sooner. Cameron Carter-Vickers should get special permission to wear steelies. Cameron Carter-Vickers misses a lot of games for Celtic, and I think when you look at it, we need. Brendan Rodgers likes to have a settled back two. Liam Scales is in there as backup, but he's also now cover for the left-hand side. Tomorrow evening, there's going to be one of the youngsters coming up from the academy that will cover the left-back area. Because all we've got is Greg Taylor, and Liam Scales will be playing in the middle of the centre of defence. That, you can pretty much name what you think the first team will be, but I think there's obviously going to be a few surprises. Brendan Rodgers could just throw someone in there. It shows lack of vision. Let's hope KT doesn't break down. I don't think so. Arsenal won't play him. It's difficult poll when we're getting him for nothing in the summer, I think. Well, I'm not going to say that I don't think that Big KT coming back for us as well as Big and Buzz. Of course, I'm happy with KT coming back, but we just want him now. Yeah, it was an interesting one. We should have offered Taylor on loan to Como and kept Alex Valle, says Paul Baird. The fact that Seb Fabregas wouldn't take Greg Taylor, the EPL is overrated shite, it says Sound Phonetic. KT will be what it is when he left Celtic. Best left back in the world. Interesting. And for me, the big shout is how many of the B team guys will get a chance tomorrow. And there'll definitely be about 3 or 4 on the bench. Even Como don't want Taylor. Don't start the whole business again, but I'm not saying nothing. Big Des, I thought you were a way out. I thought you were a way out, enjoying yourself. I heard that Lee Taylor is back next, lol. And his crutches. I think there's no harm in playing some of the fringe players tomorrow. Celtic have already qualified the next round. Yes, there's a long shot of qualifying directly, but for the situation they should. I mean, Brendan Rodgers was asked, do you go all out and try and get the 3 points tomorrow? I think it's imperative that we do. But I mean, he said, look, and Paulo Bernardo said the same. Said, look, we go out to try and win every game. Obviously, there'll be times where we'll have to defend, but I think if there's a slight chance, if we do not go out and try our best tomorrow, and we will, we know that Celtic, listen, a Celtic team, there's never a Celtic team that's not going to go out and try their best. And I just think that we'd just shoot a comb over Baz. Willie man, nope, how could I shoot a comb over when I shave my head? Brendan is getting a comb over. Look, he's getting a wee comb over there in that picture. See it? He's getting a wee side flick. Shave it, Brendan. Just shave the whole lot off, man. Brendan, just shave the whole lot off, and then we could just pretend that you're yeah. Anyway, Celtic go out to win. It's the Celtic way. Yes, Stuart Ramsey says, "Oh, getting some beers, Lorna." Anton Roggins, he's going for Casper, Alistair Johnson, Trusty, Scales, Taylor, Cal McGregor, Arnie Ingles, Bernardo, Hattati, Kuhn, Ida. You've got Hattati playing the free role. But then that would leave us short on the wing if that happened. Anyway, I'm done and dusted for the night. I'm just doing a short one tonight. I will be back first thing tomorrow morning with a live at... Oh, no, I won't. It'll be just after 10. Yeah, it'll be around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock with a live round about that time. If not, it'll just be just after. And then there'll be another couple of update videos. Bring back Commons. He's only 49. Jesus. McCarthy's coming back as well. I don't think so. I heard on a podcast today that Villa fans hate Casper, expecting boos. Who cares? You know, who cares? 4-3-2-1 could be a formation that we'll go for. My boys, Lewis Kelly, red cards been overturned from 3-match bans. Roy Aitken's coming back. Oh, that's it. The chats went into complete free fall. So on that note, I'm going to end this poll. End the poll. There's been 137 votes for that. Let's get Gary Hooper back. Gary Hooper is somebody that wanted away. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening. And let's just pray that Brendan Rodgers makes the right decisions tomorrow and the players perform to their ultimate. They put out 110% because the fear of Kieran Tierney coming and taking their over from... And that's a thing. Will Kieran Tierney take over for Callum McGregor? Interesting. Who knows?
Lit. Roll up to the party.